bring her in. I'm so excited.
Enable camera. Okay. Enable microphone. Okay.
Nurse.
Hi.
Pick up every direction.
Hello.
Oh, hey. How are you, Stacey?
This is so fun. I haven't done this before. I can take my glasses off, but I haven't done this live like chat thing yet. This is very exciting. And as I get ready for my Happy Huddle, which I can show you, I've got people starting to join, which is really exciting.
Oh,
yeah.
So you got certified in positive psychology, and now you run this Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't have much time, so can you give me just one tip to increase happiness in 2018?
Oh my gosh, I've got so many. And today on the Happy Huddle, we're going to talk about 5 more that we can do. So if you want to know more about that, go to my website, happierbytheminute.com. But one thing that I know for sure that was life-changing for me is gratitude. Absolutely. If you can start today with thinking about 5 things that you're grateful for at the end of the day, throughout the day. Not only does it make you notice things, because there's so much good going on in the world that we just don't see because we're so busy noticing the negative. But if you start being grateful, noticing the good things, I'm not even kidding you, you're going to be shocked at how many more good things you're going to attract into your life. So without a doubt, gratitude, and not just like, oh, I'm thankful today, but no, it has to be a practice and a habit every single day.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So everyone, I think Stacey and I challenge you to change and start focusing on gratitude by recording at least 5 positive, good, happy things that happen to you every day, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. At the end of the day, just go through, think about them, feel them, and you will be really surprised. And by the way, it might take like 6 months. This is not something in 2 days. Don't come back to me and say, this didn't work. This didn't work. I want you to do this for a long time, and you're going to see it's just exponentially going to grow.
Awesome. Okay, well, I need to go. I need to get into the Happy Huddle with you now. So
we got a good show planned. All right, good. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Laura. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
How do I hang? Okay. Cute. That was super cute. I think I did it right. Can you hear me, Angela? That was really fun. They just had me on a little live, what do you call it? Let me just unmute you here. Okay, let me just see who else we have. We have Robin and we have Dawn. Very exciting. Hello, everybody. Let's get some music going here. Oops. Oh. Let's get a little bit of music going, get a little peppy. I was a little bit slow. Laura just did a live feed on her Instagram just to introduce me to all of her followers, which was very fun. So I'm super excited. Let me make sure I've got everybody here. Let's see. I think I've got, and Laura should be joining any second. Let me just check in. I'm going to turn off your unmute. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Yeah. Angela, what's good?
I filled out the form that we were talking about, and I got real focused on those. I went around to the areas of the house because some of my goals are about the house, and I just found some places that are going to be stopping me from meeting my goals, and it just gave me some aha moments. For example, one of the things I want to do is work on my pantry, and I just found that the half of it had stuff in it that was crafts. So if I get rid of that, I'll be able to have room for all my food. So
Yeah.
I just am reviewing all the areas of my house.
Awesome. And you could probably sell all that craft stuff.
Probably have some money to buy some food.
Right? I'm telling you, money doesn't necessarily have to come in the way that you think it's going to come. All you have to do is imagine the money falling into your life. And then all of a sudden, little things show up like, oh my gosh, I've got $100 worth of craft things I could sell. So,
hey, Stacey, I do have to tell you real quick. My insurance company refunded me $900 yesterday.
No way.
It fell into my hands.
Right? I'm telling you.
You know, you told me it would.
It is amazing. I just tell you, but then you have to do the work. So it doesn't, I'm not magic. You're magic. I just give you the ideas. Wow. I know that's a lot of money for you. That's super exciting.
It is.
Wow. Congratulations. Yay.
Thank you.
Robin, what's good with you?
Well, I think, you know, from our talking before, my job hasn't been a very big source of happiness lately, especially last year. But my boss, who's based in Switzerland, is actually here this week. So we're getting to meet in person, and I'm feeling a lot more connected to my job now. And that's making me very, very happy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Dawn, down there. You're on mute. No, you don't want to talk? Okay. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to tell you what's good about Dawn. He just got out of the hospital this weekend. He was in the hospital and with pneumonia, and the fact that he is sitting there on camera is good. Right, Dad? Yeah, it's all good. Awesome. All right, well, I am, let's see, I think one more person. Just let me get these people on. We got AJ. Welcome, AJ. And we got Laura. Yay. All right, come on. Where are these people? All right. It's taking a while. Sorry. All right, hopefully everybody has a piece of paper because we got some work to do, which I'm very excited about. Okie dokie. All right, today we're going to, I wanted to start this year with our goals, but I think I have to backtrack a little bit and make sure everybody understands what I base all this on. It's not just out of my head and woo-woo and something I just dreamt up. So I do want you to know where it all came from. So this is happiness, the who, what, and the how. And I really like this quote, which is, the good life is a process, not a state of being. I feel that same way about happiness. It is not something that we are trying to get to by way of some sort of vehicle like a car or something. It is a process, and just showing up here every week and doing all these little things is the process, and that's how you're going to get there. So let me tell you about the who. I want to tell you how it started. So Marty Seligman was the president of the American Psychiatric Association, and at that time what he noticed is that positive psychology, well, let me tell you, actually, he got together with these three other guys, and I should get an award just for being able to say this guy's name, which is Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi. So if you can say that, then you already are happier. So these guys got together, and then this is a guy named Tal Ben-Shahar. He was at Harvard University, and he was depressed, and he was like, why am I so depressed? I'm at Harvard, I'm at the pinnacle. And he learned about positive psychology. In his first class, he had 8 people, but 2 people dropped out, so he only had 6. But within a couple of years, it was Harvard's most popular class with over almost 900 students. So and he kind of helped put it on the map because that is what made it so popular. And I really like his quote, attaining lasting happiness requires that we enjoy the journey on our way toward a destination that we deem valuable. Happiness is not about making it to the peak of the mountain, nor is it about climbing aimlessly around the mountain. There is a process. Happiness is the experience of climbing to the peak. So I really like that. So what these guys came together and realized is that the previous waves of psychology were about human flaws and about what was wrong with people and trying to fix them and saying, if you're at a -5, we'll get you to a 0. But of course, they knew that the absence of illness was not happiness. So they were like, what do we need to do to get people to be happier and live better lives and not just try to make them not sick? And so then what they did is they decided to focus on the well-being and the contentment and strengths and optimism and the pursuit of happiness and the meaning of life. So they started focusing on what happy people did. And the thing that Marty Seligman did is he got a whole bunch of money put into studying positivity and positive psychology and optimism and all those different things. And so that was really the tipping point for it. And this was about 15 years ago. So it seems like it's really hot now, but it's taken a while. So then so Marty Seligman put all this information together, and what he realized is there were 5 different areas that made up well-being. And so it's really easy to remember PERMA, P-E-R-M-A, which is P is for positive emotions, which is feeling good. It's gratitude, joy, savoring. If you have a lot of that in your life and you can focus on that and build that, then you are going to be happier. Then the second one is engagement. If you have an activity that you're really, really excited about and you're in the flow, so for a lot of people, it's writing or singing or sports or surfing, or might be reading, it might be acting. So finding that thing that you really, and it also has to do with your strengths. And we're going to go over each of these separately. R is relationships, being authentically connected to other people. Meaning is the purposeful existence. And again, I'll go through each of these one at a time. And achievement, which is a sense of accomplishment and success. So if you can build these 5 pillars, the more you build them, the stronger your baseline of happiness will be. So again, positive emotions, amusement and awe and compassion, contentment. Where do you have these things in your life? Pride and optimism. And, okay, so as we talk about happiness and having happy thoughts and joy, I really want to make sure that it's clear that I'm not trying to sell this as all unicorns and rainbows all the time, because positive psychology isn't about happyology and perpetual positivity, and that if something bad goes wrong, we don't expect you to be like, oh no, I'm super happy, I just lost my job and now I broke my leg. And you're going to have human emotions because it is part of the human experience. So, but it is about focusing on what's right with you while accepting the human experience. And Tal Ben-Shahar, who's the one who did the Harvard course, coined the term the permission to be human. And he says, we really do a disservice to people by saying that you should be happy all the time. And he is very well known for saying there's only 2 types of people who don't experience the full gamut of human emotions. Those are psychopaths and dead people. So if you are feeling a little sadness, you're feeling a little bit of frustration in between the positivity, it's a good thing. It means you're not dead and you're not a psychopath. So good, you're in good shape. So let's keep going. Engagement, like I said, finding that activity, that's something that has you in the zone. You can tell that guy clearly is in the zone and he's loving, he loses track of time. It's a little bit of a challenge. It's using his natural strengths. It's energized focus. The R, again, is relationships. Attachment is biological. So having strong and healthy relationships is the #1 predictor of long-term happiness and a full life. So the longest study at Harvard is 75 years old and 75 years long, and they've been studying people to see what has the biggest effect on longevity. And it wasn't their health, it wasn't their job, it wasn't their money, it was their relationships. So that's friendships. It's not necessarily romantic, it's friendships, it's family. It's all of those different things. And then there's meaning. I love that little cartoon. There's birth, there's death, and then there's that stuff in between. That's the meaning of life. So true happiness comes from creating and having meaning in life, and it is not about the pursuit of material wealth. We just keep pounding on that. You will not see money and wealth as one of the 5 pillars. But meaning comes from attaching oneself to something larger. So believing that there's a universe or God or Allah or whatever it is that you believe in, something that's just bigger than us and our little selves in our daily life. And it's also feeling that your life and your experiences matter. Within meaning is also caring about other people, doing acts of kindness and charity. And then, of course, there's achievement. We need to feel like we are successful at little things, even if they're small, even if it's just about reading for an hour a day or throwing away 5 pieces of clutter that are in our house. You know, they're just little things. They just don't have to be big. For me right now, it's getting on an exercise bike just 20 minutes 3 times a week. So break them down to where they're small enough that you can feel really good about them. It doesn't have to be clean the whole house. It can be just clean this drawer this week. And then achievement builds on itself because it builds self-esteem and it provides you a sense of accomplishment. So, and it strengthens your self-belief. So here are the 5 pillars, and I need to have time to do our exercise. So positivity, engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement. And you can see it spells PERMA. Now, I think that there's one more that should be added to that, and it should be self-awareness, because you cannot have any change until you're aware. Now, however, that spells sperma, and I don't want people to know me and remember me by sperma, so we're just going to change it to awareness. So, awareness, aperma. So anyway, I think though that you can't change anything until you're aware of the issues that you're struggling with. Another one of my most favorite quotes is by Albert Einstein, and he says, "You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created the problem." So what that to me means is you need new knowledge in order to solve a problem that you have. So just coming here and learning new tools is giving you a new mind, which is super exciting. So here is our exercise for today. I know that looks a little crazy, but hold on, I'll help you figure it out. What this is called is a wheel of life. And you can see it, and I will send it to you so that you can download it and do it later if you want. But it would be nice to do it now, because what I want you to do is draw this circle and this pie, and there are, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of these. And what you're going to do is you're going to write these words, because we're going to just figure out what your awareness is of each of those areas that are the strength of these pillars of positive psychology. So there's optimism, gratitude, joy, fun, and play, your strengths, your flow, which is that engagement, something you lose time in, your family, your friends, love, meaningful spirituality, others, like how involved are you with others and giving to others, like how important are others in your life and supporting other people. Your work, whatever that sense of work is, it doesn't need to be a paycheck, whatever your work is, and health and self-care. And so you're going to just color in, if 0 is, I have no meaning and spirituality in my life, you're just going to, color it in a little bit. If you have 100% spirituality in your life and you know that that's really full, you're going to color in that whole triangle. If you're, looking for love, hopefully not in all the wrong places, but you're not really in love, make it a little bit. Or if you're in a relationship but it still needs a little work, it's 3/4 of the way. Your strengths, do you know your strengths? How do you feel about your strengths? Are you using your strengths? And then fill that in to about the level that you think you know your strengths and you're using them. Your joy and your fun and your play, are you using those? Do you feel those in your life? How much do you feel those in your life? And gratitude, how much do you feel that in your life? How much do you practice it? Optimism. How much optimism do you have? Your health and your self-care. Is it just a little tiny piece, a little color in, just a little tiny piece, or halfway, or 3/4? And again, if you are on the phone doing this, then it's okay. I will send this to you, and you can do it later. But if you're on the phone, you can just think about, gosh, out of these 5 pillars, where do I think I'm strong? Where do I think I need work? You can see I've colored the words based on the pillar that they represent. So optimism, gratitude, and joy or positivity. Strengths and flow are about engagement. Family, friends, and love is relationships. Meaning and spirituality and others being important. Beautiful. Thank you, Laura. Wow, yours is exploding. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you for showing me that. So, let's see. Make sure I give you guys enough time. And then for those of you that are already finished, the next one is, oops. The next one is to take each of those and put the number next to the word. So optimism, you know, I don't have, if it's a 2 or a 5 or a 10, and then the line next to that is, what can you do, one action to increase that level? What do you think you can do? What can you do? Oops, hold on. AJ, whoops, AJ asked me to go back so I could, oopsies. What is happening? Sorry. There, one more. There we go. AJ wanted to take a screenshot of that. And again, I will be emailing it to you so you'll have it. But if you want to take a screenshot, there it is. And I'm going to guess that you got it. And thank you. You're welcome. And let's go to the next one. And you could take a screenshot of this one too. And again, this is what you want to do here is write the number next to that word, gratitude. Is it a 10 or is it a 2? Or joy and fun and awe, is that a 4 or is it a 6? Try not to write 7. 7's kind of a vague number. Either you are an 8 or a 6 needs more work. Strengths. Do you know your strengths? Are you using your strengths? And then again, on the line next to it, write what's one thing that you can do. And if you don't know, that's okay, because we'll open up for all, whoa, it will open up for all of us to talk so that you can ask questions, because we're here to support each other too. So if you don't know how to know your strengths, or you don't know how to add more meaning or spirituality into your life, we'll open it up and we'll help each other. You don't know how to improve, because remember, we cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. So if you're struggling with some ideas, that's okay, because we can give you new ideas. There are always new ideas. And I'll give you a few minutes. And again, you can work on this more later. You don't have to feel rushed. But the intention of these huddles is to give you the opportunity to really get in and try things and get in and dig into it. So then, you know, the last question is, who do you want to be? What do you want your life to look and feel like? To visualize, feel it, and believe it. And I love that quote. I am ready to let my life expand now. So think about that. Oops, that's next week. And whenever you feel it, visualize it, believe it, always end with this or something better. This or something better. Because sometimes we don't know how it's going to go. We don't know how it's going to arrive or how it's going to be. So take a minute just to think about, if you want to close your eyes, you want to think about it, what do you want your life to look like? Where do you want all of those pie pieces of that wheel of life, what do you want them to look like? All of them filled in, all of them bright, all of them strong. Maybe that love pie corner is overflowing. The gratitude one is overflowing. And you see none of them include money, because that will just come. Like Angela said, it just falls into your lap, just comes out of the sky. But just visualize all of those pie pizzas overflowing. And just know your life is expanding. Super exciting. Well, I am now gonna let you guys chat if you want, if anybody has any questions and has any of those pie pieces that were a challenge, or any of those you didn't know how to grow. Now is a good time if you want to talk about how that helped or didn't help.
Good morning.
Everybody's good?
Good morning.
Robin, you look like you want to say something.
Oh, I do. I want to see if it's okay.
No.
And I know I don't need permission. I know that's what you're going to
Oh, you have yourself on mute.
Oh, hold on.
I can hear her.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Oh, wait. No, maybe that's me. Sorry.
Okay.
Hold on. You know, I'm kind of new at this whole thing. Okay, there we go. Robin.
So what I did is I made my statement of who I think I am, but then I looked at the things I need to work on and kind of made an aspiration statement. So if I could share those, I'd love it.
Yeah, we would love to hear it.
Okay, so my statement is I'm a purposeful, giving, positive person with a passion for God, fun, family, and friends. And I'm working to improve my focus, engagement, job happiness, and self-care.
Nice. And put those, I would recommend put them in the present tense.
Okay.
You know, instead of I'm working toward, because the universe does not know the difference between today and tomorrow.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, I am fulfilled in all these areas.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Laura?
I think I was looking at joy, and I feel like I'm a joyful person, but deep down, I know that a lot of it is kind of surface. So I want to dig into that more, and I want to do more things just for fun. just for funsies.
Mhm.
And I don't really do that. I always have to have a purpose behind everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I identified with what you were saying. I think it was last week or on one of your videos, like everything is meaningless. Like I need to take that for myself and experience what that unhinged joy is really like.
Yes, yes. And yeah, there is a lesson in this has no meaning. And part of that is for when you're suffering with something and you kind of have to say, is this, do I want to give meaning to that? And so, but, and the unhinged joy is definitely can be meaningful, but it doesn't have to mean success or mean, that it's going to change the world. It can just be for fun. And then that is exactly one of the pillars, is just fun. Fun is a good thing. Fun is a really good thing that we just don't do enough of. So,
Great.
Yay. Well, thank you for sharing. So wait, what's one thing you're going to do just for fun?
Well, I wrote do more things just for fun. So I have to think about what that would be.
All right. I won't put you on the spot, but definitely
Okay.
this week or by the end of the weekend, think of one thing that you can do that's just for fun with no judgment. It doesn't have to go perfectly. There's no meaning behind it. No success or failure, just fun.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Be sure to be specific. So Angela, you want to chime in, or are you good?
Yeah, I wish I could keep the 900. There's a loans waiting for that, but it came just in time. I was small 2s and 3s on family, friends, others, the ones where I would not be lonely. Mm-hmm. And so I want to work on the things that would bring more people into my life. So for my action steps, I have tried to participate in more meetups and try to work towards inviting someone over to my house.
Excellent. That's great. Baby steps. It doesn't need to be tomorrow, but I think the meetups are a great idea. Definitely. Yep. And I know you really like being with your niece, so maybe trying to find more time with that too, with her. Because all that is super valuable. Super valuable. We are on 928. Mercedes, do you want to chime in, or you're good? I see your ceiling.
Yeah. Hi.
Oops. Hi.
Oops. Hi. So, what I did was look at why is work a 7 and everything else is like at a max 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote that I'm having the most success in work because it's a very defined role with instant feedback and boundaries that I understand.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
So it's a much safer environment, I think. So I'm trying to like reverse engineer that and look at ways I can engage in other areas better, with the understanding that I can work on breaking down the need for perfectly defined boundaries. So one of the things I wrote was writing letters to some of my family members instead of feeling like I need to talk to them on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because that can kind of control some of the interactions with some of my more estranged family members. And then I do have the Peloton bike, and it's interesting. I never do the live classes. I always do the archive classes.
Ha!
So I'm going to jump on some live classes and get that instant feedback that I love about my workplace.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Thank you.
And remember, family, just because I wrote family doesn't mean, if people do have estranged relationships or you're not close, it doesn't mean that you have to build with negative family members. Family can be, anybody who's around you, you can create a new family. So yes. It doesn't always mean the one that you were given. It's the one you might make.
Yes.
So.
Thank you.
Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for participating. We are at 9:30, and I like to get you in and get you out so that you know that this is a short but super powerful 30 minutes. And I'm super excited for you to have joined me, and I'm just so grateful for you being a part of this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys go on. Have a fabulous day. And always, as always, feel free to email me throughout the week. And I will see you next week for another very exciting Happy Huddle. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stacey.
Bye.
Bye.
And then I always got to remember how to shut this off.